Hi Stampers, happy Friday. It's a beautiful day today. So warm here on the Oregon coast, which is a little different, but it's really nice. It's supposed to be a little bit windy today. So they've already issued a fire warning for the area. So I have a fun triple time card. I know I did one fairly recently, but I'm doing a square one today. So that is the reason why it's called triple time squared. And triple time is a fairly easy card to make with beautiful results. So anyway, just a couple of things. Make sure you're checking the current clearance items because new things have been added with deep discounts, and also the last chance sale. You might want to take a look at that because there's some great deals there as well. Okay, let me get started. Flip this around. Okay, so the stamp set that I'm going to play with today is Forever Blossoms. It's gorgeous. It's perfect for this time of year. I was looking out one of our living room windows, and the neighbor's tree is just all bloomed out in pink. It's so pretty. I love when the pink trees are bloomed. They don't last very long and they make a mess afterwards, but they sure are pretty while they're bloomed out. But I'm going to be doing it in Highland Heather today. Nothing says that you have to use traditional colors. I'm also going to be playing with the Brilliant Wings dies. Now you get a lot of dies in this set, and it coordinates with the Butterfly Brilliance stamp set, which is this one. This is one big stamp. There you can see it. And this is one big die here that cuts out all those images in one pass through your machine. And then there's these little ones here, and then you get all of these butterflies. So there's a lot of dies in this set. It's got 12 dies. So the stamp and the dies are carrying over to the new catalog, but the beautiful butterfly bijou paper that went along with it's already sold out. So I didn't want to play with that since you're not able to get it. But if you did get it, treasure it. Use it. But yeah, we all kind of tend to hoard our favorite papers. Okay, so these are the things that I'm using. And like I said, I'm using Highland Heather. Oh, a couple more things. This is in the last chance sale. This is the Feels Like Frost Designer Series paper. And you get a lot of paper. I've used a lot of paper, but you get a lot of paper in this pack. And it's under $7. And what's really cool about this is the pictures are like real pictures on the one side, and they are all gorgeous. This can take you through spring and the winter and whenever you want to use it. And then on the other side, the papers are silver and white. So foil, silver foil, and white. So it's a really awesome set of papers. I highly recommend. And if you don't already have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and you'd like to shop for any of these products, here is the address to my shopping site. And be sure to check out the host code. You'll also find it on the landing page when you get to my shopping site. And if you spend under $150, be sure to put that in at checkout. There's a little box for it. You can copy and paste it from the landing page. And if you spend $35 or more with me on an order, then I will send you a thank you gift the following month. Okay, so I'm using this paper, and I will show you what I did with that. I actually took my Highland Heather, the dark one, the alcohol blends, and I just simply colored over the whole top. Now you can't really see it on the foil part of the paper, but it colored the white. So you might think about that with some of your other foil papers that have the white on. This is like a raised embossed kind of an image. You can feel it. So it was really easy to go over that and color that there with my marker. Okay, so let's get started. Let me bring this up on my iPad, so if anybody is feeling chatty or wants to say hello, that I can answer back to you. All right, so I have a piece here for the inside. I will set that aside, and let me just give you measurements real quick. I'm doing a 5.5 inch square card, so I have cut that out of white. So it's simply 5.5 inches wide, and then the length of your 8.5 by 11 paper, so it's 11 inches. And then you just score and fold it at 5.5, and that gives us our square card. Now you can make this a top folding card or a side folding card. It doesn't really matter. I tend to make my square cards a top folding, I think. And then let me give you the measurements of the white squares, and then I'll give you the measurements of the colored ones. Okay, so the next largest square is going to be 4 inches squared, and the smallest is 2.5. So we've got 5.5, 4, 2.5. These two pieces are going to be 1/4 inch bigger. So we've got a 4 1/4 inch Highland Heather square and a 2 3/4 inch square. Okay. So those are the easy measurements. And then I have a 5 1/4 inch square. I think that's what I did. Maybe I did 5. Yeah, 5 inch square for the inside, and that's simply because we're going to have all this heaviness added to the front. I wanted a little bit more weight to the inside back piece. And I am just going to take my bone folder here, if I don't drop it on the floor, and give that a burnish there. And then you're going to want to use something like this. I use this double-sided removable tape. It definitely needs to be double-sided. And I'm sure there's other brands out there, but this just happens to be the one I have. So, and usually I'll like put it on my clothes or something a little bit just to take a little bit of the sticky off, because it does stick pretty good, and I don't need it to stick that like tightly, but tight enough that it doesn't move around when we're stamping. So you can just eyeball this. That's what I do. I'm not going to get out my ruler and measure, but you want to put that in the center of your card base. And we're going to do the same with the small piece. And that is going to go in the middle, best as you can eyeball. It needs to go up just a tad bit. That looks pretty good to me, I think. Let's try to get it straight. Needs to go up still. I don't know if you can hear the birds out there. They are happy that it is warmer weather. Okay, I think that is looking good. All right, so now we have those all stuck together. Like I said, I'm using Highland Heather, and I have the pretty blossom mounted up here on my block. That's a big stamp, so I'm going to set it upside down and ink this way rather than taking the stamp to the ink. It's just kind of easier when you're working with a bigger stamp. Okay. And I kind of want to take it up like that. And you're going to see this kind of ghosty effect there where the seams are. Don't worry about that, because when we put our colored pieces in, it's going to cover that up and you're not going to notice it too much, if at all. Usually you don't notice it at all. Okay. So I'm going to kind of do a sweep around the left side of the card here. So I'm just going to come up here. I'm loving this color. I think it's going to turn out really pretty, and I will show you the first one I made at the end. I did it in Blushing Bride. But I love, Highland Heather is just one of my favorite colors. Okay, and I think I want to come up here a little bit. Like I said, this triple time card, it's an easy one to make with really great results. And people are like, how did you do that? Okay, I am really happy with that right there. So we are going to leave that. And then I want to use, I'm trying to decide if I want to use the same sentiment that I put on my first one. Okay, I think I will. So I'm going to use Friend. I got a little carried away into the middle there, so I didn't leave a whole lot of white space. Of course, I could put it up on that area too, but I think I'm going to kind of like it right up here. And let me stand up because I want to try to get this straight. Oh, not too bad. Okay. So there is that. And I think instead of putting the ink away, I will go ahead and bring in the inside piece. And I'm going to use the You Mean So Much to Me. And then also let me bring our blossoms back in, because we can't just have it looking plain in there like that. Gotta jazz it up a little bit. I wanted to get those little buds. I'm just trying to decide how Maybe we'll go at the top with it. That'd be pretty. Oh, very nice. I like that. Okay. So thanks for joining me, you guys. I really appreciate knowing that there are folks out there, and don't be bashful. Say hello if you would, because it's always nice to have people. Hi, Leah. Have people out there hanging out with me. I just like it. Okay. So now you want to carefully pull your layers apart and take off that tape. And I use my little pieces of tape over and over. I just stick them to the edge of the tape holder. I'll just stick them to the edge and stick it back in the drawer. And so I use them until they can't be used anymore. And you can see they get a little bit grungy looking. That's okay, because it doesn't leave anything on your piece of card. All right. So now then, I've got my piece of Highland Heather here. So I'll just get that attached. And yeah, okay. I have to remember to not be sticking things together until I have my ribbon where I want it, but I'm doing okay so far. The other thing you need to remember when you're making these cards is how to line them back up, kind of like a little puzzle. But that's what makes the magic to these cards, because people are like, I don't know how you did that. Because the design carries over from one layer to the next. And this is going to pop right back on there like that. But this is the piece I need to put ribbon on. So I'm just going to run my adhesive over here on the sides to catch that. And now I need to decide as if do I want, because I'm going to be using this in my design that has that silver. So it's like, do I want to use the silver edged white? This is, I'm pretty sure this is going away. So you might want to check the last chance sale for that. And it comes, I believe, with a gold edge as well. And then I have some from my stash. This is, gosh, this has been from probably a couple years ago. It came in all of those colors, but Highland Heather is one of them. So I'm just not sure which ribbon I want to use. That's awfully pretty with that silver, and I think it would really make things pop. So I think I'm going to go ahead and use that piece. Oops. Okay, so let's see here. I don't really want it right in the middle, but right about there, I guess. Oh, I see what I did. I've got it turned wrong. All right. Now we can put that one back on. And let me just double check and make sure that I have things where it needs to go. And I believe I do. So you want to get it in the middle and make kind of sure that you are getting your layer underneath lined up. And I'm too high up, so let me pull that off. All right. That looks pretty good. Okay, now this piece we can go ahead and attach to the Highland Heather. Hi, Mr. Williams. Okay, now this one we are going to pop up. Isn't it funny that there's that Williams man is watching me, same last name as I have? That's so weird. Okay. Now then, get this lined up. That looks pretty good. There. So I hope you can see how your design continues on there. I love that. Okay, so now let's do the butterfly next. So like I said, I colored the white part of this paper with my dark Highland Heather Stampin' Blend, and again, it didn't color the silver. It doesn't matter, this part's going to be underneath, but I wanted that white to be the Highland Heather. And I'm going to use this butterfly, and so for that butterfly is this one right here. Now this is a great big die. Maria, I sure will. Let me give you those measurements real quick. So the base part of the card is 5.5 inches squared. So you'll just use your 11-inch piece of cardstock and cut it at 5.5. So 5.5 by 11, and then score it at 5.5. I'll give you all the white layers first. The next largest white layer is 4 inches square, and the smallest one is 2.5. And then your two colored, so 4 inches and 2.5, okay, and 5.5. Your two colored pieces of cardstock are going to be the biggest one is 4.25 inches square, and the next one is 2.75 inches. Okay, so now, which butterfly? Oh, that one. So I am going to line that up there, and let me get a piece of Post-it tape. So actually I can cut off the other piece of this, and I can put a piece of Post-it there to hold that where I want it, and I'm going to run this through my machine real quick. So that works pretty slick. Okay, so there is that part. And then what's going to make this butterfly pop is we are going to cut the same butterfly but with all the detail out of a piece of white. So let me run that one through my machine. I've got a few little stragglers here. And like I said in the beginning, I have this in another colorway that I made, so I will be showing you that there at the end. All right. Scooch things around, bring our card back in. So I'm just going to bend that up slightly there in the middle and this. And let me get a little Tombow glue. So we're just going to attach it at the body. And I just want to hold it there for a couple of seconds and let that get set good. Okay, I'm going to bend those up again, and then I'm going to take my bone folder and just give these wings a little curl back. So it just makes a very pretty butterfly there. And I need my glue again. You know, before I glue that on, I think I'll do the bow, and then I can decide where I want to glue that. So now I'm going to do a finger bow, and because, well, maybe it doesn't matter. This ribbon pretty much looks the same on both sides. I thought I might have to do some twisting, but I don't think I do because it looks pretty much the same. So I'm going to do a double bow. The trick for me always is getting it off my finger, because my fingers, I tend to wrap it too tight, I think. So it's just a little bit of a struggle, but I will get it. There we go. Sure does make a pretty bow though. Okay, let me give this some wings here. Do I need to twist that a bit? Get my tails both with the same direction of cut. There we go. Well, I frayed the end of that one. Let me get different scissors. Just need to fix it because I don't like that. I think I need some different scissors to cut ribbon. All right, where's my glue dots? Hi, Kim. Thank you. All right. Boy, I butchered the ends on that ribbon. I really did. I like to put 2 or 3 glue dots. I'm generous with the glue dots because I don't want that bow coming off. And smaller bows, obviously, you do not need to be that generous, but I just like to have plenty of glue. There we go. So pretty. Okay, now then I can decide how I want the butterfly. I think I kind of like it like that. Yep. Okay. And now you can see why I wanted to color that paper with my markers, because I wanted it to all be matchy-matchy. And again, that paper is on the last chance sale for under $7. Very pretty, but we need bling. So I've got the gorgeous pastel pearls. So we definitely need some pearls. There's 4 different colors on here. I thought maybe it would say, but I think they are Blushing Bride. I don't know. Maybe Purple Posy, Highland Heather, and Gorgeous Grape. I just think the darker purple ones will look better than the lighter purple ones. I think. That's what I'm going with. So we are going to put one right down here. And where's my triangle gonna be? we go. So there you have it. Well, not quite, because we haven't put the inside in yet. So let me do that part. So here is that piece that I did for the inside. And then I will show you the one that I did yesterday. Hi, Sue. Which is a different color. I think it turned out okay. And here's the one that I did yesterday. This one is done in Blushing Bride. And so I used that pretty paper. Let me tell you which one it is. It is the Love You Always. I'm sure this is probably in the Get It While You Can sale. And it has that pretty foiling on it also. So this has Blushing Bride, Rococo Rose, and Sahara Sand in it. Gorgeous papers in there. So I used a piece of that for the underneath part of the butterfly. And then that ribbon is also from that collection, and it matches perfectly. It's so gorgeous. And then I used the little champagne rhinestones because they just blended right in there. So which color is your guys' favorite? I kind of like them both. I really like that kind of coppery color that is there with the Blushing Bride. I think that's a pretty combination. Okay, so that is my stamping project for you for today. And if you need measurements, I've given them twice throughout the video, but they're super simple. 5.5-inch square card base, and then the next white layer is 4 inches, and the smaller one is 2.5. So think in terms of halves and whole, I guess. And then the two colored layers are just 1/4 inch larger. So 4 1/4 square behind this, and 2 3/4 inch square behind the smaller square there. All right, thanks so much for joining me, you guys. I hope you have a fabulous weekend. I will be back Tuesday over on YouTube, and I do that video live at 5. And it's JannaStamps over there as well, so you can find me there. And in the meantime, happy stamping, and go create something. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.